Kind of scripted. Hey, it's kind of scripted. What's going on with y'all, man? Hope everything's been good with you. We've been gone for a little bit, um, but we kind of ducked away and we're working. Let's just put it like that. We're working. But right now we're back. We're back. We're back. We're blessed to do this early in the morning, first thing in the morning, right? So, yeah, let's get this journal off. We want these to be efficient, a lot more efficient. So my journal, what it said is, the Lord appeared to Isaac and said, do not go down to Egypt, but do as I tell you. Live here as a foreigner in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. I hereby confirm that I will give all these lands to you and your descendants, just as I solemnly promised Abraham your father. I will cause your descendants to become as numerous as the stars in the sky. I will give them all these lands. And through your descendants, all the nations of the earth will be blessed. I will do this because Abraham listened to me and obeyed all my requirements, commands, decrees, and instructions. So Isaac stayed where he was. That's Genesis 26, 2 to 6. So the grace of the parents gets transferred to the next generation, right? It's about creating legacies, right? Protecting our legacies and transferring legacies, right? We're able to transfer either generational promise or generational curse, right? That generational curse, that generational promise can come in the form of two things. You know what? Let's just read, right? And so the grace of the parents gets transferred to the next generation. Are we transferring generational promise or generational curses? In the reading, the son of Abraham, Isaac, was blessed and had significant favor because his father, Abraham, obeyed God's requirements, commands, decrees, and instructions. The reading says that Isaac's descendants will bring blessing to all the nations, and they will be numerous as the sky. Why? Because Isaac's father, Abraham, followed instructions and executed with a relationship with God. As parents, we must be intentional in passing generational promise to the next generation. We must give the next generation a head start through inheriting grace and financial resources and literacy. This is how we come back. We need to align with the Creator, follow God's instruction, execute with our Creator's authority, and design a plan, right, to intentionally transfer financial literacy and wealth. Find a plan, execute a plan to transfer generational promise, not generational curse. Generational blessing, not generational curse. Generational grace, not generational curse. With grace and resources, we can do anything. When we design a plan intentionally to transfer generational grace, generational promise, generational finance, financial literacy, financial resources, right? When we design a plan intentionally to transfer these things to the next generation, we now give the next generation a head start in this real life Monopoly game, right? We give them a head start with literally grace because we're going to transfer generational blessings, right? Generational favor, like Abraham did to Isaac, like David did to Solomon. Right, we're going to transfer generational blessings because we're going to align ourselves with the Creator, follow instructions, and execute and create our heaven on earth. When we do that, our kids will be blessed, right? When our kids get the blessing and the favor of the Lord, right, they'll also get financial literacy and financial resources. So now they can go play in a free market, free system with grace, favor, and resources. Grace, favor, and resources. And oh, by the way, because their parent was intentional about getting information, they say the wise learn from other people's mistakes. They'll have information to apply to that Monopoly game with grace, favor, and resources. It's important that we do the work of God. It's important to do the work of God so we can transfer generational blessing, generational promise, generational pride to the next generation. It took us many generations to get to this point. Systematically, it took many generations for us to get to this point. But no matter how many generations that it took, it's going to take one generation to change the name forever. It starts with me is the motto, is the campaign. Let's do something about it. It starts with me is the campaign. It took multiple generations to get here. It's going to take one to get out. I love you. I appreciate you. Be bold. Be accountable. Take responsibility. Have humility. And everything's going to work itself out. Y'all have an amazing day.